Hey, good morning, bud.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Did you forget you had a fishing trip this morning?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to reschedule that with you.
You sure? I just launched. If you want to meet me here, I forgive you.
Maybe I'll come.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why wouldn't you? Live 2 minutes from the ramp?
Yeah, I can get in the truck right now. I'll head down there.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself doing all that work though. I don't want you to like pull a muscle or anything.
I know you're really asking a lot from me, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, right on. Cool, man. Well, I guess I'll fish these trees in front of me and then see you in 3 or 4 hours. I don't know how long it takes for you to get ready.
That should work if that works for you, you know.
Cool, man. All right, well, I'll see you, Cole, in a little bit.
Bye.
Peace. Well, that there was Cole Burf. Buddy decided to fall asleep a little bit too late last night. He, I guess, snoozed his alarm. He missed all 3 of my calls, but thankfully he just woke up not too late, and we're gonna go fishing together today. Actually, this lake that we're fishing is the one lake that kind of connected us a long time ago. He noticed in my videos that he noticed in my videos that I fish this lake, and he lives just around the corner, and it's kind of a niche lake. Not too many people fish here, and it was like one of those spots where I was like, oh, okay, so you know this spot too. We met up, linked up, and started fishing this place, and we have for quite some time. And it's kind of a tradition to come here the first week of March here in Texas. It's not like the most insane lake ever, but it's a lot of fun. And personally, I've never fished it when it's like this, so hopefully we do good.
No time, huh?
Morning, partner.
Morning.
You showed up.
Yeah.
I fully prepared you just to like wake up at like 12 and be like, oh damn. But at least you got up at like what, 7?
Yeah. You know, I just had to let my guide get out on the lake. And
yeah, I just did a bit of graphing for you. I saw you brought all your rods too. I
Thanks.
appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. I just really wanted you to find the fish, you know, first before I got out here.
Yeah. So I haven't figured out anything yet. But I've determined it's still freezing cold and there's no water in this lake, so we're at a bit of a disadvantage
It
here.
is low.
It's the lowest I've ever fished it.
Yeah.
Pretty gross. Wow, that's a toad. Oh my god. Giant. Nice fish. Dude, he was right under the surface. That's a good one. That's a good one. Boys. Come on, net man. It's a good fish. Let's go, baby. That was awesome. He was in 20 feet of water, just like dude, under the surface.
Yeah, that's all.
Woo! What a great way to get back into spring fishing. Unfortunately, we're not doing what I thought we'd be doing this time of year, and that is going up shallow and pitch and flip, and we still are going to do a bit of that, but with the water being low and so cold, I figured we'd get started off on what we've been catching them on previously, and that is the old Alabama rig on the Saucy Swimmer. 3.8 inch and gizzard. This is the exact setup that I used to catch, what is it? 2 10s, an 11, and a 14 this season. This guy's nowhere near that size, but really good fish nonetheless. Really nice one. Like, wow. Wow. Big old Bertha. This is a lake that usually this time of year, you'll find me in the back of a creek. We'll be catching fish with bladed jigs and Kraken craws because they start staging, but there's just no water. Corps of Engineers is still pumping the liquid out of this lake, and it's kind of sad, but we might be able to find some good ones like this out in 20 feet. This guy was right under the surface. Insane stuff. Big old beauty. We're gonna get a weight on him and send him back. Thank you. Woo! Let's go, baby. Okay, what we got for weight here? So it might be, let's say it goes close to, oh wow. First fish of the day. 7.2. It's a nice fish, 7-pounder. Cannot freaking beat that. Beautiful. All right, back she goes. See you, old girl. It's definitely an old fish. Got a bunch of battle scars and wounds on her. That was dirty. That was freaking dirty. Well, I'm having to fish this lake completely different from previous years, but if we can find them deep, suspended on trees like that, could be fun. I want to show you guys really quick what I've been using. I feel like I haven't talked enough about this style of fishing and this rig that has really resulted in some of the most incredible bass fishing days I've had, not only this year, but my entire life. So I'm going to show you guys this. All right. Well, I know you guys are really sick and tired of me talking about this and fishing this rig, but it is I mean, like proofs in the pudding. You guys have seen what it's been putting out, but I haven't really sat down and ever spoke to you guys as to how, you know, we have been catching these big fish when the water temp is south of that 45 degrees Fahrenheit range. These fish have not moved up yet. They're still pretty deep. I mean, we might go up shallow and find some on bladed jigs and Kraken crawls and all that good stuff. But as of now, we want to get started off in the morning when the water's still cool and chase these guys out deep. There's balls of shad down there, you know, and this time of year, the shad, especially threadfin, like to get really grouped up and tight, and it makes them a little bit vulnerable. And these big bass, like the one you just saw there, take advantage of that. So with that in mind, we're throwing these umbrella rigs, A-rigs, whatever you want to call them, cheater rigs. I personally have never really fished these too much until the end of last year, and I've felt like I've really tried to get better at it, and having the graph up front definitely helps. What we have here is a 7-wire, 7-blade A-rig. This is the most obnoxious one they probably make. They're fairly expensive, so getting this hung up on a tree is absolutely heartbreaking. But the reason why I like this one so much is because it's kind of got 2 layers. It's really wide and bulky, and it literally looks like a ball of shad down there in the water column. On this, I've got mostly 3.8-inch sausage swimmers in the green gizzard shad. That is the exact color that I've been using, you know, since we've been catching those big fish. But one thing I like to do with my A-rigs, which is kind of a common technique, is instead of having all the same size and all the same colors, I've put 2 that stand out a little bit. So one thing that a lot of guys do that I also like to mimic as well is I like to kind of offset the colors and the size of sausage swimmers that I put on here. So I've actually got 2 4.8. I believe this is our electric shad color. So it's a bit of a chartreuse. It stands out a bit, and you know, 8 times out of 10, they'll key in on these and actually eat these before they even go after the smaller ones. It's just something that kind of stands out, and it maybe looks like a more vulnerable shad out of the whole school. A lot of smallmouth guys up north and, you know, Lake Michigan will do that. They'll throw all white and then they'll put like a pink or a green or a yellow one on the back, and the smallmouth usually crush the offset color. But that's pretty much it. We're using 1/8 ounce size jig heads, and these are equipped with 4/0 hooks. Really good jig heads, and they're screw locked too. So these are my favorite jig heads, my favorite swim baits. If you guys want to pick up any of the sausage swimmers, they'll be linked down below. Get them while they're hot. It's still sausage swimmer season, and you know, if you're not throwing them on A-rigs, throw them on swim jigs, throw them on spinner baits, throw them on bladed jigs. Like, the sausage swimmer is an absolute crusher. Even throw them on just like an underspin. That's like one of my other favorite ways to throw them. But here we have it. Let's keep going. We've already got a 7-pounder. Only up from here. Let's go. See, this is the spot I wanted to fish so bad because it's like one of the only areas you have like good stumps right next to like a gradual bank. Look at the carp. Sorry. Look at the carp.
And the bass.
Oh, dude! It's so tempting to stay out deep right now, and fish get hit. Oh god,
That's my knee.
that was your knee. So tempting to stay out there and chase after some of those feeding fish that are on bait. The only problem with this lake is when the sun really gets high out here and the day progresses, those fish do get a little bit tricky. So we're gonna try our luck on the shallow side, even though we're unfortunately not able to fish this amazing buckbrush, which usually holds big pre-spawners. They still could be here. So I'm throwing a little craw colored banger, try to cover some water, pull still on the jig, fishing slow. There's carp up shallow, so usually this time of year, if you see carp up shallow, the bass are making their way as well. There's just not a whole lot of place for them to hide, so I'm hoping maybe they've got just some areas or some stumps that they're posted up on. But so far, 1 fish, and it's a giant, pretty much on par with this lake. You get like 5 bites a day, but they're all gonna be good. So I don't know, we're gonna keep cranking. A little bit, yeah. It's quiet.
So there she is.
That's a giant. I haven't had a wedge jig bite in a while. Not gonna lie, that kind of caught me off guard. Yep, there she is. Oh, catch and release, baby. Conservation is key. And I bird's nest. That was a great little series of events there. Well, we're hitting that period of time where we're kind of losing our brains at the moment. It's 1:40 p.m. It is so ridiculously hot. What was it, like a week and a half ago we had sleet?
Yeah.
People were sliding off the roads because of all the ice that was accumulating here in North Texas, and now it's 80 degrees. It feels good, but it is making me sleepy. Just throwing a 1/2 ounce gridiron along this super rocky bank. This is a really productive spot. Actually, this is right near where we caught the 7 earlier today. But instead of throwing moving baits, we're just slowly dragging jigs from the bank to the depths. This morning the water temp was 43 degrees Fahrenheit. Now it's 55. So I'm kind of thinking maybe some of these fish are starting to move up. You all right? Almost die. I'm thinking some of these fish maybe are starting to move up, whether it just be, oh, hang on, I think I just got hit. Wow, that was weird. I'm pretty sure that was a bite. But yeah, with things warming up today, I could see them pushing up on those rocks, starting to sun, getting ready for the spawn. This is definitely still pre-spawn, but yeah, good one. You'll still have some fish that'll post up and do their thing before they drop them eggs. Like I said, I just wish we had more water. We could be doing some really fun stuff right now. Other than that, we're just fishing the abyssal zone. You're on. What was, dude, what? What actually was that?
I was sitting down.
Why?
I just need a little break.
That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Hey, it works, you know? Got my first
Bass ever.
first bass ever. And yo, Kraken crawl. You see Kraken crawl, right?
I got like I thought I got a bite, and then like I saw you set the hook. I'm like, what is going on? You didn't even show him the camera.
What do you mean? Yeah, I did. I went like that.
You didn't? No, dude, you barely even showed him the camera. You've caught like 3 fish all day. We needed that.
Well, it's fine. Y'all got the point. I caught a fish.
He's like, yeah. So anyway, oh my god.
No, it's fine. I did.
Oh my god.
Is that right? Say it one more time, please.
Good one. Giant. That's a decent one. It's another fish. We'll take him. I got him. Wow, he was running off with it. I thought it was a big one.
I had you there.
Wait, did you do that on purpose?
No, I meant to press this one.
Oh my god, dude. If that was a 10-pounder, I would have had a stroke.
No,
I'd have been like, what are you doing? Oh my god. Well, guys, this is what it's all about. Good laughs, good times, great weather, and some bass.
Some bass.
Gonna give him a little slap. Not on the belly.
Oh, I think a little
Squeeze. All right, thank you, little Jimmy. Take care. It's been a really slow day, but we are starting to figure them out. Throwing the gridiron jig with the bandito bug. We were actually just talking about the first time we ever linked up. Actually, I think I mentioned in the video that this is the lake that we kind of made the connection with. It was, no, I almost said it. Almost said it. Not that it matters. A lot of people know where we were fishing, but yeah, so we were actually gonna go to this lake the first time we linked up, but we ended up going to Louisville. And actually the first experience with me that Cole had was he was filming me trying to chop down a tree with a chainsaw that was meant for cutting shrubs, and he completely went in the water and lost his phone, almost lost my camera, but managed to somehow still want to hang out with me after that. So
well, I don't like, you just felt bad for me, so that's why we never.
I felt bad for you before too.
Yeah,
I was like, I saw him waddle down the ramp. I'm like, oh, it's this poor kid. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, this is what we're throwing right now. Take a gander at this. Conditions are obviously tough, and I'm really gravitating towards doing what we're doing now, and that is fishing anywhere between like 10 to 4 feet, throwing jigs. This is my favorite little springtime jig. It's a 1/2 ounce gridiron and rotten pumpkin, and on the back I've got a I forget the name of this color, but it's a bandito bug and like an orange and green pumpkin. It's one of our newer colors, and I'm not super familiar with the names yet. There's so many names, and my memory bank consists of like maybe a gigabyte. So anyway, pretty sweet stuff. I'm throwing this on a 7.5 muscle, 25 pounds actually there's 22 pound fluorocarbon and a high gear ratio reel. If you guys want to pick up any of this stuff, it'll be linked down below. Be sure to use the code John B to save 10% off your entire order. So check them out right now. Get some jigs. It's jig fishing season. We're throwing swim baits, but now we're throwing bottom baits. One of my favorite ways to get them. Oh boy, good times. Seriously? Yeah. Good one?
It was okay. Running right at me. That's not big.
Not bad. Net or no?
No.
Oh, we're figuring them out. Nice one, dude. Bigger than the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good fish. They're moving up. Those buck bass are moving up.
I mean, dude, that was in like nothing.
Yeah.
Full of water.
That's a fish that was probably out in 10-15 this morning. Nice job. Good one.
Bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's like 2.5 pounds. It's a good fish.
Yeah.
Working on a limit.
Dude, yeah.
We went from absolute like 0 to working our way up to maybe hero. I mean, we got a 7-pounder and some other good fish.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a bad little deal we got going on.
Bro, over there.
What?
Why are you talking to me, dude? Caleb's like trying.
He's like shy over here.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, pretty good day out here, guys. Anyway.
Yeah, nice little 2-pounder. John and I are kind of figuring
Chunky.
him out up shallow. So that's pretty good. Thanks, buddy.
That was epic.
That was sick. Like and subscribe for more content. Oh, you got a tail. Your tail's gone.
That's weird. Something nip me. Oh, good one.
Good one.
Good one. Nice fish. It's not fighting though. Oh my god. I thought it was way bigger than that when its head came up.
Huge.
That fish did not fight. That was insane. That fish straight up did not even pull at, like. Well, that fish has seen some stuff.
Oh man, that's a good fish though, dude.
Its head, when it came up, I was like, that's a 7.
It's skinny.
Yeah.
It's real skinny, but good fish. Dude, it was coming to the left. Like
Oh
I said
my
before,
God.
Having with the boat, and I was like, oh,
That's hilarious.
shit.
What a weird looking bass.
It looks like post spawn.
Yeah, what the hell?
See it? Those lips right there?
Crushers.
Red from Munch and Crawls.
Crushers.
Crushers, baby. Dude, she's pissed.
That was the most ridiculous fish catch I've seen in a while. Thing just floated to the top.
Yeah.
Nice job, dude.
Thanks, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was so funny.
Yeah, so like I've been trying to tell John, he just hadn't caught enough fish, so he hasn't really been able to pick up on this yet. But when you catch a bass on these Guggen baits, they always, when they pick it up, they always go to the left. So if you get a bite and your line starts going to the right, just shake it off, because it's not a bass. You don't want to mess with it. Probably a Gaspergoo or something like that. So yeah, just make sure your line's always going to the left, and then you want to set your hook straight up to the right, so it just jams it down its throat. It's really good.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Words of wisdom.
More you know. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Nice. Thumped it. Thumpity thump, baby. Fired up, little guy. 8 foot of water around some trees. Still doing the same thing. Probably my smallest fish of the day, but a bite's a bite out here. We'll take it.
Oh my gosh. I am burnt to a crisp. That's how you know it's finally good weather here in Texas, when I turn it into a tomato. This was so much fun. Finally was able to go out in the old pond, a place where I learned how to bass fish when I first moved to Texas, and catch some good ones. Caught a 7, caught a handful of decent ones, most of which, with the exception of the big one, came all on the bottom techniques. This is my favorite time of the year to fish, and throwing the jigs, throwing the bandito bugs is one of my favorite tactics. I love just creeping a little bug on the bottom, waiting for that doink, and just reaming on him. So much fun. Spring is here. I feel it. It's gonna be such a good season. We are still on the hunt for double digits. I know we've caught 3 this season, but I wanna make it happen in some of these DFW lakes. You know, this has kind of been a goal of mine, to come to some of these highly pressured areas, figure out some of these lakes, and really put it together and catch a DD, a true urban DD, or at least within the city limits. But also got the opportunity to break in the new Lunsky. She's beautiful. This is the first time we've splashed it. This is probably the best it'll ever look, so just soak it all in right now, because we are going to go on some serious bass fishing tours, some bass fishing missions, especially as things get pretty warm. You know, aside from the good fishing, we had good company. Cole, thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
For coming through. It was fun. We're gonna have to do it again. This is where my Texas roots lie. Cole and I first started fishing. We cut Cole and I first started fishing together because of this lake, and it's just magical. I've not caught a ton of big fish out of here, but it's just one of those spots. It's a lot of fun to fish, dragging jigs and all that. Oh yeah,
real good.
yeah. So as you can see, we really broke her in today. Literally first scratch on the boat. All that good stuff. Yeah, right there. See, this is why I buy aluminum boats, because I like to do stupid stuff like that. But anyway, I'm peacing out, signing out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate the view. We'll catch you on the next one. As always, folks, keep fishing, never stop.